Hello everyone, welcome to um, OA.Studios once again. Today we'll be looking at our second part of the design options series, and we'll be going through um, placing our options on separate sheets, alright, and also seeing how the templates work with the options, or maybe we might cover that in the next session depending on the time frame we have. So I welcome you all once again, and if this content is beneficial to you, do well to like, subscribe, and then you can also share with your friends who are interested in learning. All right. So in the last session, we talked about design options, and then we created 3 options for this living room, which is this option 1, option 2, which is this as primary, and the option 3. And so in this session we're going to place them on sheets. Okay, now the strategy I'm going to take for this is, what I'm going to do first is to clean up one particular view and then duplicate the view before adding the design options to those particular views, so that I don't have to do cleaning up for 3 views altogether again. Okay, so for like the detail elements per se, the grids and the crops and all, I don't have to zone in into one particular view. I'll do it in 3 views rather. So I would clean up one view before I duplicate it, and then I apply the design options to the views. All right, so let's do that. So I would like to maintain the ground floor, so I'll just come here under my project browser and I will duplicate this view. Now to duplicate, we have 3 options: duplicate, detailing, and dependent. To duplicate, normally what it does, it duplicates the view, but it doesn't take the 2D elements with it. So it comes as a plain view. So if I show that, you see that all my room tags, my lines, and all the rest of them are all gone. It maintains only the 3D geometry of this particular view. Alright, but if I do duplicate with detailing, it takes everything: my dimension, my room tags, my lines, and all the rest of them. Okay, and that's what I want. I want to maintain the detail elements. So I'll delete this first one, and then I'll rename this one and call it living room layout 1. Now I would clean up this view the way I want it on my sheet. And so what I can do is to make this main model so that I can select other things. Alright, I would activate this, the crop. So I want to zone into only this area. Okay, so I will just get rid of these lines, and then I'll take my crop and end it somewhere here, and take my crop and end this here. Now before I go ahead, let me clean up this wall. So what's happening here is, because this wall is not in the design option, it's not joining seamlessly with it. All right, and if I try to join it this way with the join tool here, it will give me an error. Oh, okay, it did join, but usually it would give an error that this you can't join the elements that's not in the design option with this. But fortunately it worked in this instance. So But if you ever encounter that, you just have to, what you need to do is just to add that element to your option sets, and then you can make those join the elements cleanly, or sometimes automatically do that. Alright, so I would clean this up to this level and pick this to this level. So just another thing I could do is to edit the crop, delete the old one, and then redraw. But I've already done that. So I would say this is what I want. So I've not edited the window hood, so let me just hide them in this view so that it doesn't look distorted on this end. Okay. Alright, so I think this is good. Now these room tags are 2D elements, so I can turn on the annotation crop in a properties panel. And if we look now, when you turn it on, we have this boundary. The boundary simply says anything outside, any 2D elements or annotation outside, annotation rather, not just 2D elements, annotation outside this boundary would be hidden. But once it's within this boundary, it's going to be visible. So all I have to do is just to bring this boundary down to this level, and then the annotation is gone. And I'll do the same thing here, and I'll just reduce this to this level. Okay, then I'll reduce my grids further so that it's not dancing everywhere. Okay, now that is, let me just shift this. Now that that is done, maybe I can also delete this. I don't need this. Okay, so I have this view as I want it. Alright, then now I can remove so I already have a view template for this view. So I'll remove that for this illustration, and I'll just go here and select none, apply. Okay, so this view is without a view template. Then what I'll do is to just duplicate this with detailing 2 more times. Alright, so this is why I cleaned it up, so that it maintains the boundaries and the grid positions and all. If I had done the duplicates earlier, I would have had to do the same thing 3 times. Okay, so it's a way of beating time. And so I'll just edit this and name this 2, and edit this and name this 2, 3 rather. And now that's there. What I can do now, if you come to the visibility graphics under the properties panel, or VG for short, right, this window pops up, and this window gives us the opportunity to edit the way our view looks. But for the purpose of this video, we're focusing on this design option tab. And what that does is it brings out all our option sets and our design options. So we see the facade option, which I originally did, and then the one we are focusing on, the living room layout. Now, automatic means the view is by default picking the primary option. So it's displaying the primary option by default. So, but what we can do is to select the particular option we want that particular view to display. So if we look here, we are active on layout 3. So I would choose option 3 and apply and OK. And we can see that option 3 is visible on this view. Okay, here we still have option 2, and I'll just do the same thing, design options, select option 2 for this view, apply, OK. And then I'll come to option 1, or layout 1 rather, and select option 1 and apply and click OK. So with that, we see we have our 3 options and 3 different views. So I will just use a detail line to show that there's a beam above this level. So I can select DL for detail line, or if I go to annotate, I have it right here under the detail tab, under the detail panel rather. So detail line, I'll select overhead, which is a broken line, and then I'll just draw this end and draw on this end. What I can also do is to copy this into the clipboard, go to this and paste to current view so it aligns it to the same place, and then I can use my trim, go to modify tab, use my trim multiple, and then just limit this to this area. Okay, and I can go to the third one and then paste my clipboard. Alright, I will just get rid of this. So now we have our 3 options. Alright, and this option here. Okay, now with that done, we can now place them on sheets. Now if you're using Revit 2026, I think, and upwards, you should have this easy way of categorizing your project browser. I think if you're using 2025, 2024, I'm not really sure, but I think older versions don't have this available. Okay, so what this does is you can easily, now here you have every category: legend, schedules, sheets, families, groups, Revit links. But here you can select or filter the particular one you want to see. Alright, so I can say I want to see just my views, just my legends, just my schedules, just my sheets, just my families, just my groups, just my links. Alright, so but for the purpose of those that don't have this, I'll use all. Okay, so I'll just close this up. I can just right click and collapse selected. Alright, but I think that will be way more time consuming, so I'll just do this manually. I'll leave this open and collapse this. Okay, also I have modified my browser organization. Maybe I'll do another video showing how to modify your browser organization to fit your particular working style. Alright, so like me, I've done that. So I have 100, 200, 300, 400, 600, the way I categorize my sheets. So what I can do is to, maybe I will duplicate this sheet and duplicate empty sheets. Okay, and so I'll rename this. I'll call this living room layout options. For the number, I can leave it. Yeah, I can just leave it like this. Okay, now that being done, I now have to place my views on my sheets, which is very easy. So I just come to my views and then I pick and I drop. Okay, I can also pick multiple views, so I just select one, hold shift and select again, and then I drop. So I have all 3 here. Alright, I can organize this how I want. Maybe bring 2 here and bring 3 here to the center, depending on what I want to see. Bring this one down a little. I think I'll move this to the side so that I can have this unique on its own, and I'll take this way. Okay, move this way for uniformity. Okay, so with that done, we have option 1, 2, 3, right? All visible on the same sheet, and this way we can simply export and send to our client or send to our boss or our line manager who's reviewing the drawings. All right, so that's the way to apply design options on particular views. Maybe in another session I might talk about the templates, putting them on templates so that it's easier for views that have similar similar layouts. All right. Also notice my wall joint here. So what I earlier talked about, and so I'm going to modify it here. So because this is not in this option set, it has this break. So what I can do is to let me see if the error will come. Yeah, so this was the error I was talking about. You can't add this, you can't join them because the wall is not in the option set. So all I simply do is to just add this wall. So this is option 1. Just add the wall to, I can add it to all 3 options, it doesn't matter. And you see as I added it automatically, this one joined because they are now together in the same option. And same thing here, same thing here. Alright, so just to take note of that. So we have that done, and then I think this is good. So that's all for today's tutorial. Thank you very much for staying with me through this. If you have any questions, do well to post them in the comment section. I'll do my very best to respond to each and every one of them. And then like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.